It's your boy, Let's Do This. Welcome to another edition of the podcast. But before I start this podcast, I would like to say this is not an attack on white people, and this is not a racial type of video because I do love all ethnic backgrounds, those from every race. You know what I mean? I don't have a problem with it, so let's dive right in. The reason why I want to cover this topic of conversation because we are still faced with this type of racism on the game of GTA. Now, if you dig deep into the fact of who the creators are and where they come from, basically a bunch of frat boys that has studied and been in film, but yet where they got the concept of the game is from the cult movies they watch and movies preferably that they have watched due to the culture of how black people live and Hispanics as well. So, and they're from British, but yet there's a base content of Los Angeles, but they are British. Although London, they have gangs out there as well, and it's pretty bad out there as well too. But it's based upon where we from, based upon the culture that we live in the environment of those from out of in United States of that area. Now, here's the racism that I have noticed, and you probably have as well. Have you ever noticed the white supremacy that is on there? That is something that it should be non-tolerable, but it is. You got a lot of people that come on there, preferably using the N-word. They will continuously to use the N-word and be vogue about it and say all type of racial slurs, and they can be up to 10 people to report that person. The person is still on the game. The person is still active. So why is this person not being kicked from the lobby when you're putting a report on this person, getting this person kicked, and you're saying for basically you're reporting for foul language and for racism? You know, you have the options. So you're pretty much reporting that, and the person is still on, and the person is very vulgar. But yet, an Hispanic person will say something or give you their viewpoint or attack another person. Okay, this person will get kicked right away. Now, for a black person, all it takes is two people to report the person. He'll get silenced, meaning that he'll be on a mute ban, what they call, or he would get kicked from the session and he will be banned for 60 to 90 days. Why is this? Why is it that they allow this on this video game? Why is it that they view us in a sense of a way? Have you ever noticed on the game, if you look at the type of characters, look at where they are, you know, it's predominantly white people in a good neighborhood. But yet when you go down towards in the hood part, then predominantly you have the gangs and you have the Hispanics and you have the blacks and so forth. But why isn't that many of those types of ethnic backgrounds in the good areas walking around like the others? Because this is how they view us. See, they feel as if they know us, and this is how they see us as gang members. They see us as black women and Hispanic women as prostitutes. But have you ever noticed the Hispanic people, how they got them working in factories? But you don't really see them walking around, but you catch them in factories. You see that a lot on the game. And of course, black people, where we at? We're in the neighborhood. We're in the gangs. But yet, if you notice the biker gangs, predominantly whites, right? It's a club. It's a known factor of clubs, and then look where these clubs are located. But then when it comes to a black community, look where it's based. When you wake up in the towers, when you come out, look who's walking down the street. You don't see a black woman walking down the street. You see white women walking down the street, right? When you go to the casino, what's around there? Who's standing outside? But just goes to show you have to start paying attention because this is how they view us, Hispanics and blacks, preferably. And I believe that this game is an attack on our culture because it is demonstrating this is how we are. Have you ever noticed the main characters of the game story mode? Okay, let's look at that for a moment. Let's dissect that for a second. Okay? And if you see who owns the businesses, look what you have. So therefore, you have to understand they feel a black person or Hispanic person can never be higher than them. So this is why you have these types of racial type of incentives. But see, you have to look far beyond what you're seeing so you can be able to understand what is it truly that you see. And this is why they get on the game and they use the N word vaguely. But let a black person call a white person, excuse my French, a cracker and continue to keep going on and on and on about that person will get banned. Trust me. Let a Hispanic do the same. That person will get banned. But a white boy can get on there and talk real crazy. I'm talking about Nixon lasts for 30 minutes to an hour until he decides he want to leave the game, or most of the time, a lot of people go on that person's head and get them, run them out the lobby by killing them and so forth. So, they leave the lobby, and what do they say when they leave? They love to say, bye, you effing N-word. Or they would like to call a Hispanic person wetback or any type of racial slurs. And if you hear the conversations that is taking place, they go so hard in the paint where they expressing their feelings upon how they really feel. And it's crazy because we still have racism, but it's hidden. But they can vaguely do it on the game because they don't have to hide. Although they hiding behind the camera, you know who they are. But in real life, these people are the same people that you walk past every day and they smile at you and say hi. But I'm going to tell you something about that. The reason why they do that, because they're reassuring you that, hey, they're cool, so don't mess with us because we smiled at you and said hi. We have a problem, but it's a government problem because they would not fix the issue. Supreme justice. This is why we have the police killing blacks and Hispanics, really so, but they kill white people too as well. I'm just not going to exclude them out, but mainly us. Why? Why is so much of a racist situation here in the United States? Because it goes higher up. See, the elites, they allow it. That's why things will never change. Because it's all about divide and conquer. This is why they have Republicans and Democrats. You notice Republicans and Democrats are just like Bloods and Crips. They probably just as worse. It's just more organized. They have money behind them and a little power. But this is an example we're supposed to teach our children. When election time, they want to go and try to, dig up dirt upon one another, talk behind each other's backs, and, create this beef upon one another, trying to bring each other down. So they can run the house. What the house don't have nothing to do with us at all, because we're still going to live the same way we're living, no matter who's the president, no matter what vote that you submit. What president have you ever known to change anything in this world? You're still going to live how you live. You're still going to have the same job. You're still going to go through the same struggles. But for them, they're going to get richer. They're going to gain more power. And they're going to pass that along to their children, their children's children. Why do you think they don't care about the public school system? Because their children are in private school. But you have to look at the creators who have created these games and allow these things. They should be held accountable. But the reason why they're not held accountable is because people like you don't stand up and say anything because you allow it, because you just want to get on the game and you just want to play the game, but you're not really understanding that this game is attacking you and your culture and what you believe in, and they making you feel this is how you are. That's why these people get on this game and they say the things they say. They say, oh, you are nothing but a game bringer. Oh, you don't have a dad in the home. Oh, your mama on drugs. Oh, your sister a whore. Or, just all these racist type of things. Oh, Hispanics, go back to the border. You only working for $5. All these things that they say, they throw it out there. But these are the main things that we see on the game. So we have to realize and understand what is truly happening here. Are we playing a game that is created from white supremacy? Are we playing a game who's attacking our culture? Are we providing these people to express how they truly feel about us, but being slick about it. But these are things that you don't question yourself. But here's the weirdest thing. You have another black that would get on here with another black and attack another black. But soon as a white person say an N-word, why not go after him? Why you still want to fight with your brother? When you have Hispanics on and he is talking amongst another black and them two go at it, and then all of a sudden the white person say, both of you shut up, and both of you, they start attacking your race, then the Mexican and black will still fight each other. But wait a minute, he just attacked both of y'all, so why not go after him? Or is it that you are afraid to say anything because you're afraid to be reported? And most of the time you probably will be reported after they have done so, and then all of a sudden you're getting a notification that you're being banned for whatever type reason, and it be the main ones who's calling you the N-word that report you, although you reported them, and so many others, but they're still on the game. And you might run across these people the next day in a free lobby, a private lobby. So wow, so that they're still operating in the game. A person that is griefing get reported will be kicked faster than the person who is being disrespectful, using cuss word, using the N-word, and disrespecting everybody's race. And then vaguely say, we don't care, I don't care, you shut up, you effing N. And repeatedly say the N-word at least in that whole session over 100 times. Numerous of people have reported this person. So why aren't they doing anything? You notice Franklin, black guy. You notice that he's supposed to be a top dog, but yet they still suppress him because he still have to answer to somebody else. It's because they would never want to see us higher. Have you ever noticed these things? Come on, take a look at it. Look at Trevor. Trailer park. I'm not going to use the word that we use when we throw away, our stuff that we don't want anymore. Somebody might report me just for that right there, But I'm just stating facts, speaking the truth. He's higher. Look, you pay attention. Pay attention to everything that you do. Pay attention what's going on around you, or you will not understand what is happening here. Because we are living in a world where racism is being recognized. Because this is what they want. But we should love each other. We should be able to get along with one another. But this is something that they don't want. Because they want us to always remember. And we're being reminded each day we play that video game. We're nothing more but just low riding, music abiding, trash, killing each other, don't care, don't have nothing. Just pay attention, you see it. And they sexualize that game so much because they feel this is what we're all about. But we are much more than that, my Hispanic people, my black people. And don't ever forget that. And don't ever make nobody feel like you are less than a person, or make them feel as if your race is nothing. Because we all different inside. But don't overcome evil with good and good with evil. We're living in a world today where they call good evil and evil good. So pay attention and focus and understand what is happening. Because honestly, you are being attacked upon your characteristic and your personality, where you come from. Stand up for your community. Stand up for your neighborhood. Stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for who you are. Don't let nobody tear you down. But for the ones who is doing it, hate is the cause of your own misery. It's your boy, Let's Do This, tapping out.